This weekend, Elizabeth Hasselbeck from The View joined the throwing of spaghetti, that is the McCain Palin campaign, when she tried to throw yet another baseless accusation at Barack Obama. And as you might expect, it did not stick. So what are they complaining about this time? Let's see.
Now, Senator Obama, he talks a lot about equal pay.
Okay, she hasn't even gotten to her point yet, and I have to point out something really important here. What exactly is the crowd booing? Are they actually booing equal pay? That's absurd. Anyway, back to Elizabeth.
Talks a lot about equal pay for women on the campaign trail, while in fact, he pays women on his staff 83 cents on the dollar back in the Senate.
Okay, time for a little fact-checking here. How did the McCain Palin campaign come up with this figure? They took the salaries of all the men on Obama's staff and divided it by the number of men. They then took all the salaries of all the women on Obama's staff and divided it by all the women. They then compared the two figures to come up with their results. And this is where the Hasselback McCain Palin Republican attack falls flat on its face. Barack Obama is not talking about everyone getting the same paycheck regardless of what they do. Barack Obama, and every other person who supports the notion of equal pay for equal work, wants people who do the same job with the same experience to get the same pay. They want to stop the disparity between genders. A male software engineer with a 4.0 taking an entry development position with a company should make the same as a female software engineer with a 4.0 taking an entry development position at the same company. That's what equal pay for equal work means, not the distortion that Elizabeth Hasselbeck just presented. But of course, the McCain Palin campaign relies on misinformation. They rely on distorting the facts to put down the candidate they cannot defeat with the truth. So it is of no surprise to me that Elizabeth Hasselbeck would resort to the same shady and low tactics.
Now, facts like these are mysteriously left out of some reports.
That's because those are not facts. If you want to go and look at the salaries that Barack Obama pays his Senate staff, you can click on the link that I provide over to the right. Now, let's look at one particular class of employees that work for Barack Obama. We will look at the position of staff assistant. Now, the website I have given you has some very useful tools. You can click on the position column to sort the jobs by their position, and then you can click on the individual names of the people working for Obama to see their employment history for U.S. government as a congressional staffer. Now, the highest paid staff assistant is Jeffrey, followed by Mary, and for the purposes of this discussion, we'll look at three other lower paid staff assistants named Jason, Indira, and Eric. Now, if you click on Jeffrey's name, you can look at Jeffrey's employment history. You can then click on Mary's name and compare Jeffrey's employment history to hers. And you will see that Jeffrey has worked for Barack Obama longer than Mary has. And if you do some further investigation, you will see that Jason, Indira, and Eric all make less than Mary, and they all have a shorter employment history with Obama than Mary. And we can look at another position. For the special assistant position, Joan makes more than Calvin. And Joan, again, has been working for Obama for longer than Calvin. And if Obama was such a sexist as Hasselback was trying to claim, why would the second highest paid staffer be a woman who, by the way, gets paid more than Obama's male chief of staff? It seems pretty clear to me, and it should be pretty clear to you after you look at the webpage that I provide, that the salary of yours, if you work for Barack Obama in the Senate office, is based on your experience working for him and not your gender. But then again, the tactic of the McCain Palin campaign has been to throw much spaghetti, i.e. lies, at Barack Obama and just hope that one sticks. But as I said earlier, this one doesn't stick. So Elizabeth Hasselback, it seems to me like the view for McCain is not so good.
Here's your fine, 0. You won't pay a fine because 0.